Okay, so if you made it here, congrats, because this is the end of the little scavenger hunt that I have put together. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to basically direct people to A, my Discord, and B, my second channel that I just created. And I thought this would be a fun way of doing that and also sharing some really cool farming strategies that I've been using. Well, namely one really cool farming strategy in particular. I like to call it my magical chest farm, because this is something that I have been using since 2019 Classic. Ever since I first leveled up my Orc Warrior back then, and I spent a lot of time in the Badlands grinding out these little rock elementals and some of them down here, and then I would do like a little sweep around to check for chests, because a lot of them were up. And, well, yeah, chest spawns are really easy to find. And this spot in particular is really, really good. I really like this spot. Because what you'll notice here, so there's like a lot of little tents and stuff. This is kind of the standard area that you'll usually find chests in little camps like this across the Badlands. And even in my video, I had footage of me looting a chest at this little wagon right here. And that's like a good spot that you'll tend to find quite a lot. And what's interesting about this spot in particular is that there's actually a chest up right now. And the funny thing is, you might notice this paladin over here. He's killing mobs. He's I don't want to get hit by the patrol when it comes. So he's killing mobs. He's doing stuff. He's farming in this general area, and yet there's a chest here in this camp, and he didn't pick it up. That's crazy. Why would that paladin not pick up a chest? But do you guys see the chest? What? Oh fuck. Well, that's this was not planned. All right. It's not often that I have a rare mob literally spawn directly on top of me, but I will take it, and we're gonna roll with it. I guess it's a good thing that I was recording, because that's actually pretty fucking funny. Anyways, so back to the actual point of the video, what I was saying. You may not notice that there's a chest here. So I'm going to show you where the chest is. And I think it's really good that this paladin came over here and, like, you know, he's literally killing mobs in this area. He's farming mobs right here. He's killing all these dwarves. And there's a chest right here, behind this tent, that he doesn't even fucking know is there. Ah, fuck. Shit, my bags are completely full of garbage. It's actually not a bad chest. Yeah, so hey, true silver bar, turtle scale bracers. This guy, the craziest thing is I don't even think he noticed that I looted this chest right out under his nose. He did not even see it, and he is actively killing mobs here. This is the magical chest. That chest right there, behind that tent. And as you can see, I mean, it's perfect that I actually happened to get Waylaid Supplies from it. That doesn't always happen. As with all chests, it's RNG. But this spot is godlike. Just genuinely better by a massive order of magnitude than anything else that I showed in my video. Specifically because of that spot. There's like 5 different chest spawn locations that chest can be in. One of them is that wagon right there. One of them is behind the tent, and the other 3 are in the dwarf fortress. Now, 2 of those locations in the fortress are really easy to get. The only problem with this farm is on my server, if it happens to go in the spot just behind the big elite fire elemental, unless somebody is doing that quest, that spot will basically never be cleared, and then this farm effectively breaks. That really only happens for me sometimes like really late at night, and then I'll realize I'm not getting any spawns, and I'm like, ah, crap, it probably went there. But on much higher pop servers, which mine is not, you'll probably have people clearing that fortress out pretty often. And then the trick to maximize this farm is you run over here, kill this dwarf, this Shadowforge Tunneler. So I'm just going to knock him out real quick. There's no better spot than I've been able to find. It does suck having to kill this dwarf off every now and then whenever he respawns, but it's worth it. You stand right here. Now, why is this good? Well, first off, the chest that spawns by the wagon, obviously you want to get that one too, but since it's right out in the open, people are going to swing by and they're going to grab it. So this is a nice way to basically be really close to that chest, without having to be near any other mobs. The only thing that you'll have to kill is this Shadowforge Tunneler. Whenever it spawns, you'll need to kill it again, but you're kind of off in the corner, so if you're on a PvP server like I am, generally speaking, people won't attack you. I have had, like, this one random Shadow Priest who, whenever he sees me here, he kills me. I think he just, I don't know, doesn't like meta Warlocks. He really, really hates me for some reason. But I camp out here a lot. People don't really bother me, and then whenever that chest spawns, if I'm watching, which I usually check every 5 minutes or so, I just pop over here. You can do this without pulling any of the nearby mobs. You stand right here when the chest is up, boom, loot it, and you're good to go. And then you run back over here and kill that Shadowforge Tunneler and stand up on this hill. But the reason why I chose this spot in particular is because you'll see, if we look across the little quarry, I can spot this little tiny opening behind the tent. So, whenever the chest behind the tent spawns, from this angle, I can see it over there. And I'll know if it's up. So I stand right here every 5 minutes, look at the wagon, look behind the tent. A lot of times, one of those two chests will have respawned. If it's the wagon, you grab it. If it's the one behind the tent, you mount up. And the best way to do it, you could obviously just walk up to it, right? But you like to, or at least I like to do what I just did there and drop down from the cliff. Because the problem with running up to it and clearing it, sometimes people will find it. You sometimes have paladins like that guy who are completely oblivious and just do not see the chest when it is directly in front of them. And in that case, yeah, you could walk right up and grab it. But if the chest is here, and I come up to this little location, and I go down, can pop into meta, you will have to fight these two dwarves. But what I can do is I can stand behind the tent, so pretty much nobody from the outside can see me. And if they were to look, they wouldn't notice a chest. You know, my big meta form is blocking any angle of sight that they could have to it. As far as they know, I'm just killing two dwarves. But if they do happen to spot me sitting on this chest, there's this dwarf right here, Shadowforge Darkweaver, who is basically blocking the main path, so they would have to run around and drop down too. And then you can open up the chest, you can kill this other dwarf to make your way out, bada bing, bada boom, you go back over there, kill the tunneler, and then sit on the hill. Now, hopefully you can understand why I didn't really want to share this in the video. First off, like I said, I've been using this trick to a certain extent since 2019 Classic. In 2019 Classic, I would just grab that chest whenever I pass by it, and hey, free shit, right? And over time, as I started doing laps around the zone for like mining and stuff, I started to notice that that chest was up every single time. And I would jokingly refer to it as my magic farming chest because it was just always up. I could always find it pretty reliably. And then come Sod, when I go to the Badlands and I'm like, oh, hey, well, chests are a really good way to farm Waylaid Supplies. I wonder if I can use the magic chest again. And sure enough, there you go. It's up every time. And because I am trying to actively farm the chest and it's not just like bonus free money, I, develop this little method of standing on the cliff and checking the other chest as well, because that's like a really, really nice AFK farm. And I mean, you can obviously speed this up. There are a lot of other spots in the Badlands, right? So if you are looking to just turbo farm Waylaid Supplies, you don't need to AFK this. You could even grab the ones in the Dwarf Fortress if you notice that there's no spawn in like 10 minutes or something. It's probably up there. Go check it out. But the reason why I love this spot is you're getting two chests, one of which is almost always uncontested, and you don't really need to move at all. So pretty much the last 2 weeks, whenever I'm editing a video, I park my Warlock here. Editing a video every 5 minutes, and the nice thing is I get reminded to check because that little Shadowforge Tunneler will attack me. So I'll see my WoW flashing, I hear the little sound of dwarf, like, yeah! And tab back in, kill the dwarf, look, no chest. All right, tab back over to Adobe Premiere, back to editing. And it's that simple. And I've gotten a ridiculous amount of these crates by doing this. Really, really good farming spot. I hope that it still works after making this video. I can't say I didn't try to keep it somewhat secretive, but I've said before that I hate strat hoarding. I hate having like a really cool method and keeping it to myself and not sharing with anybody, so I would have felt really bad not including this. So, like I said, I'm kind of splitting the difference here. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you just came to this second channel to watch this video and get the really cool strat for yourself, then I completely understand, and I hope you find it helpful. But if you like a lot of my other videos, I will be doing similar stuff on this second channel going forward. I just created it earlier this week, and I've posted some old stream recordings just to get things started. Stuff that I don't really want to normally post on my regular YouTube channel, just because, you know, the algorithm can be a bitch with that stuff. And going forward, I'm going to post a lot of, like, miscellaneous stuff. Over the next few days, I basically purchased a few hundred grime-encrusted salvage, and I opened up a lot of them, and then I'm going to use that to open up about 500 of the No More Gone mystery boxes. And I plan on making a main channel video about that, but I'm also going to post, like, the unedited, however long it takes me to open 500 mystery boxes, and, you know, I'll get to show whatever I get out of that, and that'll be posted on this channel. So stuff like that is what I plan to use this for, so I figured this was like a nice little kind of video to kick off the second channel, in a sense, in addition to the Twitch stream recordings, which I just wanted to get out there as soon as I could. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to stay in my Discord, though, if you want to get bonus stuff like this. I don't always post, like, little scavenger hunt stuff to help people find things. Sometimes, if I just have a cool trick that I don't want a ton of people to know about, but I still want to share, I just throw that in my actual Discord channel, and I don't make a video about it. This one just, I thought, deserved to be its own special thing. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed watching again. I'll stop myself here before this dwarf attacks me. Peace.